My mummy died in January 2009. By March the same year, she just went into self-destruct. Self-destruct. And that destruction lasted probably for about 2-3 years. And then she sort of brought it back round again. She brought it back round and she's done really well. She got on her substitute meds. I'm not too sure what they all were, but on her substitute meds. And by this stage, the drug intake was immense. I think she probably would have taken anything. Just, she was trying to hide from the demons in her head. She was blocking whatever was wrong with that mind out with alcohol, with drugs, and obviously with the loss of our parents. The kid was alone. As much as we supported her and we were there for her, she felt alone in this world. And that's sad in this day and age. That's so hard. And then I would say it was probably January 2015. Yeah, by January 2015, that was it. That was the point where Catherine had hit rock bottom. So she'd got from 2009 right through to that point after Mummy died, just sailing through life. Causing havoc, really, is what she'd done. But we knew where she was. She was housed. She was 100%. She was brilliant. When I say brilliant, she was alive. She was healthy. That's what I mean by brilliant. I don't mean brilliant as in her behaviour, by no stretch. But she then hit rock bottom. February 2016. Sorry, 15. And at that point, she became homeless. And that's where we knew at that point we'd lost her. We were never getting her back. We were never getting her back from that. And she just went downhill and went downhill. And I had, it had taken me probably, I would say, a good month to crack down the walls of getting her approval to have access to here, the Welcome Centre. Because she believed that the life that she was living was the life that she deserved, and that she didn't deserve the help from her family. She believed that that's not what it was about anymore. She had done what she had done and she had to live with the consequences. And that child believed that that was the life she had to live. So Catherine then was so heavily dependent on alcohol that when she didn't have it, the biggest risk was seizure. The biggest risk to Catherine was seizure. Her second biggest risk was her asthma. She was so bad as an asthmatic. I witnessed on 2 occasions in the Welcome Centre Catherine being given life-saving treatment by the 2 medics that come here. I witnessed that with my own eyes. She literally could not breathe. And that was frightening. That was really frightening. But as time went on and she got sicker and sicker and sicker, and the fits and the seizures became more prevalent in her real life, she was constantly getting rushed to the Royal and constantly getting rushed to the city or the Meter or whatever it may have been. But I think with what Belfast Live and the campaign, along with the Welcome Centre, what you're trying to achieve with the additional bus and the fact that it'll be staffed medically with medically trained people and supplies that are able to take that to the streets is absolutely unbelievable. Because I know that our Catherine would have needed that on many of occasions in Belfast, and I know that she'll have lay in whatever wee doorway she was in needing medical help, and to try and convince someone in that mindset to leave that haven, as they believe it is, to go and get help, sir, it's virtually impossible. I have tried and I had tried and I had tried on hundreds of occasions to try and convince her, please come and get help. Please come and get help. She was so badly, brutally beaten one night that her whole face was wide open. Yeah. And to get her to the hospital, her body was so cold and she was so numb with alcohol that she didn't comprehend the extent of her injury. And by the time we had got her to the hospital, like she had 28 stitches in her forehead. 28 stitches in her forehead. 28 stitches. Catherine always came across as very brave. Very, very, very brave. And let's not lose sight of the fact that Catherine just wasn't a homeless person in Belfast. Catherine was a daughter. She was a sister. She was an auntie. She was a person. Mental health led to Catherine's situation in life. And that was tough. That was tough. And I know all Catherine ever wanted was to know that no matter when she lifted the phone to contact any of us, that we were there for her. She never wanted us in that life for her. She never wanted us to witness that. On the Saturday, on the Monday, she took really, really sick on the Monday. So she died on the Saturday the 19th. On the Monday that week, she took really, really sick. And an ambulance was called for in the middle of Belfast. Got her to the hospital. I couldn't get there. Colleen from the Welcome Centre rang me straight away immediately. She says, Maria, Catherine's really poorly. You need to get down here. And I was like, Colleen, I can't. The child's here. His daddy's working late. I need to be here with him. I'll be there first thing in the morning. I walked into the Royal Hospital at 7:15 the next morning, and the nurses were brilliant to let me into her. And she was lying. She was out for the count. Sobbing. So she was sleeping. She opened her eyes and she seen me and she started sobbing. Big tears. I was like, oh, Bird, what are we going to do with you? What are we going to do with you? And I asked her a very, very, very specific question that day. And that question was, is it easier to live this life of lying on the streets, drunk, not knowing where you are or how safe you are? Or would it be easier to live a life of sobriety? I know what she said to me. This life. That's what she said. And that was tough. That was tough. But got around. She perked up. Came her wee cheeky self. Come on, have a go and have a cigarette. And I was like, right, come on, we're going to have a cigarette. Gets her out for a cigarette and brought her back up to the ward. And I said, you're right, Catherine. Enough's enough, kid. Let's sort this. Once and for all, let's sort this. And I said, will you let me help you? Like I did on many, every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. And she said, please get me help. Please help me. And I spent the rest of that day trying to get my sister into rehabilitation, residential. And I couldn't get her in anywhere, Sarah. Nowhere. And I finally got talking to one person who was willing to talk to me. Got this girl on the phone, yarned away with her. I said, when can I bring my sister? She says, 4 weeks. I says, 4 weeks? Right, okay. So I can bring her up in 4 weeks. Bags and all. Oh, no. You bring her up for an interview, and if we deem her fit to come in here, if we think she's actually wanting to help, then we'll make that decision then. So it's like an interview. I said, what would you like me to do with my sister for 4 weeks? Well, I don't really know what you would like. I don't really know what you're going to do with her, but she can't come here. I can give you an appointment for 4 weeks' time. My sister died 5 days later. 5 days later, my sister died. In a stinking doorway in Belfast. So yeah, put a bit more in to the mental health situation in Belfast, in Northern Ireland. And that's exactly why I keep coming back to the fact, if you'd have dealt with her mental health issues, I wouldn't have had to beg a stranger to take my sister to get her better. And that was a fruitless task, because she died anyway. So it's kind of a double whammy for me.